Back to Beyond the Routine with Spence on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Emma Spence.
Hey everyone, welcome to Beyond the Routine. I'm your host, Emma Spence, and my special guest here tonight is my teammate, Emma Simpton. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys.
So I'm going to refer to her as Simp quite a bit, probably by accident. That's just because that's kind of what we call each other here because, well, there's two Emmas, same initials, so we can't even go like Emma S or anything.
Yes.
So Simp and Spence. So if I call her that, that's why. So yeah, Simp is a Nebraska gymnast. She is a senior here as well. She is from Dallas, Texas, and she competes bars, beam, and floor. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. I think this is going to be so fun.
Oh yeah.
So to get started, is there anything that I missed on like your introduction that you would like people to know?
I don't know. No, I'm from Dallas. I've lived in Texas my whole life. I was born in Houston, moved to Austin, then San Antonio, and now we live in Dallas. So kind of just all over Texas. Grew up doing gymnastics since I was 18 months.
Oh my
so
goodness.
Insane. Very early, very, very early. I started competing a little later, obviously, like 6 or 7. But yeah, little mommy and me classes when I was 18 months. So my mom was a gymnast.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, barely. Like she always says that she never got to the level I did, but she knows like the lingo kind of.
Okay.
Just an overview. But yeah, she was a gymnast and until like what we would consider like level 8.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of how I got into it. I have 3 sisters and an older brother. Or no. I literally there's 3 girls, but I have 2 sisters.
All the time too. I'm like, I have 3 sisters.
Yeah, no, I don't. There's 3 girls and 1 boy, but we all 3 of us girls were in gymnastics, but I was the only one that kind of stuck with it through everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of similar to my sisters and I. Like we all did it for a while. How long did they do it for? Because they're both younger than you,
yes,
right? Okay.
Both my sisters are younger. Julia did it till she's the middle sister. Probably like level 5, and Anna Grace did it till probably level 4. So both very kind of young.
Yeah.
And then they changed and switched to started doing every other sport under the sun, just like diving, rock climbing, horseback riding, like random things.
Oh, really?
So,
that's super fun.
Anna Grace kind of ended up sticking with soccer, and Julia did more like cross country and running and more of that kind of thing. But then in high school, she did like Orange Theory classes and just kind of stuck like with staying fit and is now in a sorority at Texas A&M.
Okay.
So, yeah, she went more that route, which was fun.
That's fun though.
Yeah.
Did your brother do any sports? Like he never did gym, right?
I think he actually did when he was very young, but just for like balance and coordination, and then quickly got out of that, and then did like soccer and he did lacrosse. That was his big sport, I'd say. He did football, but nothing in college, and then joined a fraternity in college at A&M as well. So in the South, especially, it's definitely big to do Greek life. So
that's another thing we can touch on. You were in a sorority here. Yeah. Are you still in a sorority?
I am.
Okay,
it's definitely it's definitely more of like a freshman sophomore like thing, but I'm still in it. You definitely do more as a freshman, like you're rushing when you're a freshman, but then sophomore year is like the first time you get to be on the other side of it. And then there's a lot more just like functions I feel like I was able to go to, but I still am totally involved. The other weekend, the sorority girls made one of our gymnastics meets a sisterhood event. So they there was a lot of them that ended up coming, which was good. Yeah.
Cool. So what made you decide to like join a sorority?
Yeah. Again, just like I think it's just so big in the South. Both my parents did it. My siblings were always kind of like talking about it. And if I didn't do gym, that's probably what I would do anyway. So I just had to ask Heather, our head coach, and I was like, so can I do this? Like, would this even be possible?
Yeah.
And she was like, yes, basically just keeping like lines of communication open because there's a lot of things that I can go to, but there's a lot that I can't. So I just choose, and obviously I'm here for school and gymnastics first, and then
Mhm.
that's just kind of on the side. But
Yeah.
I still really, I'm glad I did it. Like,
Yeah.
even to this day, I am glad that I did it. A lot of them are from Nebraska, and
Mhm.
I'm not, obviously. So just being around people that are is was fun, and like just they were allowed to like have us over for like family meals and stuff like that too.
Oh,
So
that's so cute.
yeah, it was cute, and they're like close. So it's good to hang out with also like other people from your teammates that you're with every
Yeah, yeah,
weekend.
that makes
So
sense.
um I love it. But yeah.
So, like, what kind of stuff do you do in a sorority? Like, I never grew up, like,
Right.
even really knowing what it is other than, like, seeing it on TV.
Yeah.
And, like, I would see you, like, dress up in all these cute outfits and go
Yeah.
out with them, but, like, what kind of
True.
stuff do you, like, do?
There's like so it's basically just like a giant friend group is
Okay.
like the best way to describe it. But um you have formals that you can go to, and then you a lot of it is based on like philanthropy, which is like service. So you
Okay.
have to get money through that kind of stuff. Like that's how they pay for all these like things, like the house where all the girls live in. Like
Oh, you
that's
have to
another
touch on
thing.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. All the girls live in a house. Your sophomore year it's like required. Um, so I ended up having to have 2 houses my sophomore year, one with Asia and Hallie, who are my teammates, and then also living in technically with the sorority girls. So paying double rent for sophomore year because it's weird. They're closed over winter break and like
Oh,
summer. Like
that's
we
right.
come in
Yeah.
July
Yeah.
to get here early, but they're closed and I don't live in Nebraska. I was like, well, where am I supposed to go?
Yeah.
So I had to have a house. Separate and, anyway, yeah, living in is actually it's fun. I did definitely choose, like, between where to stay, like, certain nights, like, when we had 6 a.m. lift, I wouldn't stay in the hotel or not the hotel, but it's like a hotel,
Yeah,
the
literally.
sorority house
Yeah.
because you're in a bunk room with,
That's so
like
crazy.
there's 8 bunk beds
In one
in one
room?
room,
Oh
and
my
so I didn't want
gosh.
my alarm at 5 a.m. going off
Yeah.
and, waking everybody up, so, yes, it's definitely an experience, but I think it's fun, and it's fun to, like, be able to choose because
Yeah.
also a lot of them don't have just another house to go
Yeah.
back to unless it's home, but,
Yeah.
um, it was very good that I was able to actually get away from that situation sometimes, just, like, it being a lot of girls, but then also, like, going there and having, like, fun and just hanging out and, being there, so yeah, sororities are yeah, mostly philanthropy, I'd say. Formal events, those are fun. Those are the dress up events.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, just like people to hang out around. Also, I know a lot more people in my classes because of
Oh,
that,
that's true.
because I probably wouldn't as much.
Yeah.
But it's easier to like help with certain classes, especially in my major.
Yeah, for
So
sure. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. You wanna tell us what your major is?
Oh,
I
yeah, I guess
I
that is part I'm a nutrition, exercise, and health science major. Yep.
Nice. Um, what do you wanna do after you graduate? I know
So
you know. I'm still not there yet.
yes, I want to do chiropractic school. So that's another 3 and a little bit years. It's 10 trimesters, so it's gonna be a lot. I plan to go back home. I plan to go, to Parker University. It's in Dallas. It's like 15 minutes from my house. So I actually plan to live back at home with my youngest sister. She's still in high
Oh,
school.
okay.
Yeah.
That'll
So
be fun.
she's actually really excited for that. We were always closer, like
Mhm.
growing up. My middle sister was more, I'd say, like independent, but Anna Grace is my youngest sister, and she was definitely more attached at my hip.
Mhm.
So she's excited. She came to senior night,
Yeah.
um, and she was like so excited to have me back home.
That's so fun because
Yeah.
even if I go back home, my youngest sister is going to be
Mhm.
moving out.
Yeah,
So, like,
that's
I won't have
hard.
any sisters to live with me, so
I
that's
know.
gonna be so sad.
I yeah, I don't know if I'll stay once she's gone. I guess we'll have to see
Yeah.
how the vibes are, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be tough. So I don't know. We'll see. But definitely for the first year. And then I don't know what after, but I guess we'll just see.
Yeah. I didn't tell you I was gonna ask you this, but I just thought of it.
Yeah.
So, you have, like, the youngest and the middle, and you're the oldest sister. What
Uh-huh.
do you think, like, the patterns are? Because, like you said, the youngest one's, like, really close to you, the middle one's
Yes.
more, like, independent. Because I feel like that's really similar to, like, my
How
family
you're
too.
yeah, the girls are. Yeah. Definitely being the oldest girl, I was the mom growing up.
Yes.
Like I was
Yes,
the
for
little
sure.
like mommy helper. Um, middle sister was Julia's like she's independent, but she likes I don't know, she likes to be around, but she definitely likes her alone time. Whereas me and Anna Grace would rather like we have like FOMO and we would rather like be around a group of people and like be hanging out with downstairs with our parents. And Julia likes to like go in her room and I don't know. It's just like middle
Yeah.
sister. I don't even
Yeah.
know how to
No, I
explain it. It's like
totally
not bad.
understand because that's kind of like what Abby does
Yeah.
too. And like now she's not living at home, but the youngest one's living at home still.
Would you
So
say Libby's like closer with you or y'all are both all pretty
I
close?
don't know. I feel like
In
I'm
different
close to them in different
Yes,
ways.
different ways.
Like
I
Libby and I are
agree
4 years
actually.
apart, and Abby and I are like 1.5, like almost 2 years
Okay.
apart. So I feel like we've experienced similar like college things.
Oh
But
yeah.
then like Libby's going into like college
Mhm.
next year or this summer for volleyball, which is like
Okay.
kind of
Like
like
it's yeah.
NCAA. So like we can relate in that side of
Yeah, like
things too.
sports in
So it's like
college.
in different ways. Growing
True.
up, we didn't really get along very well. I mean, like we did, but like I feel like it's hard with 3
Mhm.
kids because there's always like 2 together
One.
and one's kinda like
Yeah,
left out, and
that
that's
is
kinda
true.
what the vibe was with the 3 of us, but now that we're older, like, we all get along just
Yeah, I
fine.
do get that. Yeah, Luke is he's the only boy, so
I always forget that you have a
I
brother.
know. Yeah. No, he's actually great though. Like he was such a good older brother. But he was just like not but he's just like the only boy. And
Yeah.
so he was not left out, but just
It was just, like,
I don't
different
know.
things, different
Yeah, just
interests.
different. He was like a mediator with all the girls because the
Oh,
girls
yeah.
would like we would bicker, but Luke was always like the mediator. I'd
Yeah.
say he knew what to say. He knew how to like break up an argument
Yeah.
growing up, and so it was good to have that fourth. And also, he would be able to like play with us and
Yeah.
like be that fourth person if someone was like being left out. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely an interesting dynamic growing up.
That's
It was fun.
fun. I don't think I've ever really talked to you about that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
I know.
cool.
Lucas, I feel bad. He's always left out, but he's still there.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody knows that I do have a brother, even on the team right now.
Yeah.
But I feel like even people don't even realize that my middle sister exists. Like Anna Grace is such a topic of conversation
Mhm.
that she just like I don't know. She just always has different stories to talk about, and
Yeah.
Julia and Luke are just kind of they're there,
Doing
but
their
they're
thing.
yeah, they're just doing their
Yeah.
thing. They're loving life. So, but yeah, Anna Grace is sometimes a troublemaker. So I think that stories get brought up about her sometimes. So people definitely know more about her.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So, switching gears a little
Yep.
bit, what was your recruiting process like, and why
hmm
did you choose Nebraska?
So my recruiting process was um, definitely crazy. I was in that part of my life when I was still it was summer after 8th grade, and so
Yes.
I committed before the rules had changed
Okay.
to where you can like, where you have to commit after junior year or junior year. Um, so, yes, I committed summer after 8th grade. I basically started looking you started at that time started looking in 8th grade, and then you go visit. So I visited a couple schools, and then I went to Nebraska camp,
Okay.
and, I went to a couple other camps, but then Heather invited me. I don't even know if Nebraska was really on my radar at all. Like, when I was looking, they were definitely top 10, like, in the, rankings, so I sent emails and stuff, to them, but I never really, like, thought about going there or coming here.
Mhm.
Um, so anyway, yeah, went to camp and loved it, loved the people. Nebraska really felt like Texas, just Texas in general. People loved the people, felt very homey, and especially, like, Lincoln is a big city, and I'm from Dallas, but just not too big. I think, it was not, like, overwhelming, especially to
Yeah.
be, like, by myself
Yeah.
because there's no gymnastics schools in Texas, so I either way had to go somewhere,
Yeah.
like, far away. So I was like, "Okay, if this is it, like, then I feel safe here." I
Yeah.
definitely feel safe. I
Yes.
love the coaches, like, they felt like family, so that was a big part of it because there was a lot of places I think that I did go to camp and I did not really feel that same vibe, and that was, definitely a big, big part of, coming here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting because I never got like that
Yeah, you never went on a
recruiting
visit,
like
did you?
process, like I really
Yeah.
decided last minute, like, okay, I think I want to do NCAA, and
Oh
Heather
my
reached out, and I
gosh.
was like, okay, yeah, cool,
Yeah,
I'll just
no.
go here because
That's
I didn't
so
know anything
crazy.
else.
That is such a
Um,
different, like,
but yeah, how old were you when you committed then?
what was that?
Like,
It was like 2017, and
so
I'm
like,
22 right now, so that's a lot of odd numbers.
yeah, I'm not gonna
It's
math
25,
that, but
2025. Um, I don't know.
I can't process that right
Just
now.
why I'm a nutrition exercise health science major. I don't do
Yeah, I don't do math
math.
either. So you're young, but that's pretty
Yes.
cool.
Very, very
Um,
young. I
do
was like,
you?
I like the color red.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like so
honestly,
weird. I don't know.
that's
But
cool
anyway.
though. Do you feel like this experience has been like what you thought it was going to be?
Um, yes and no. Like, actually probably more no, because
Okay.
I feel like I didn't um I feel like I maybe had some, like, thoughts about what college gymnastics would be like. Like, yes, it's, like, so much more fun than
Mhm.
club. Maybe, like, even just more surface level stuff like that. Like, it's gonna be more fun. It's gonna be, you're gonna find friends. You're gonna find your lifelong friends. You're gonna find people that are gonna be in your wedding. You're gonna have so much fun. And it was kind of just like that. Like, I'm just going into this time in my life where it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And never, like, the experiences that, like, have literally shaped me. I've never thought about any of that before, and, like,
Okay.
how, like, those things would happen. Not that
Mhm.
it, like, wouldn't, but I just never knew, like, how,
Yeah.
I guess. So in that way, I don't think that I ever thought that this is how it would, like, be.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
looking
that no, that makes
over.
sense.
I
So
don't
like
know.
the general like
Yeah.
things, but like the like details of like day by day, like how things
Yeah.
go. Like that
Yeah,
was just
and the
like
f I don't know, even each year, like,
mhm.
my freshman year, I just feel like was so different than my sophomore year, and sophomore year is so different than junior year, and that is the same with this year too. Like, each year has been so different. I think back to freshman year, I was literally a different person, and that's so crazy to think about, but, um, yeah, it's just each
Yeah,
experience.
and it's crazy to think that like coming in freshman year, it's like, oh, like I feel like I have everything figured out.
Oh, yeah.
This is gonna be so great and easy. And that now looking back, like I feel like I was so young and like
Yes.
non-experienced and like
Yeah.
just like a different person. But at the time, I was like, I feel so old and I'm so
Yeah,
put together and
freshman
I'm
in
moving away.
college. Yeah, gonna be living alone. Yeah, no, it is crazy. I just feel like the growth is more than I ever thought. I didn't even know, like, yeah, like that I thought I would grow. Like, it just
Yeah,
feel you
I
just
just
feel
was like,
like
I'm a
you're,
grown up now. I'm
yeah,
moving away from home.
yeah, that's like the best way to describe it. It's hard to even put it into, like, words. I don't
hmm
know.
Yeah, that's so interesting how that happens. And it's funny that like we came in the same year and like the amount
Mhm.
of people that came in with us
Yes.
and now we're all going to be like leaving
I
together is
know,
going to
and,
be
like,
crazy.
all have different totally different lives and totally different, like, we're gonna have to make a trip to see each other instead of just, like, going down the street.
Yeah, no, literally.
Which
Well,
is
if
sad.
um I guess you said Aaron wasn't going to stay in Canada, but I was going to say
Oh,
you
yeah.
can come visit
Oh,
Canada. When you
yeah.
visit Canada, you can visit me.
Yes, no, I don't know if he wants to live in the United States,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
thank goodness for my part.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that definitely works out. Um What do you feel like have been like standout memories or moments with the team since being
Mm,
here? Like, can you think of
um,
anything like, I don't know, for example, I look back and like that Utah State meet is like
oh,
number
yeah,
one. Like, I'm just like, that was like a huge deal for our
that
team. And
was
like, that
really
was just like a fun meet.
yeah, um the media people asked me this on the senior video
Oh,
too, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know." It's like every I don't know, every getting ready, every, like, meet in general, but also, like, outside of that, like, the behind the scenes, like, the getting ready in the locker room together before the meet
hmm
is what, like, probably my like, I like that better than even the
then the actual
competition.
competition. I know.
Like, just hanging out and, being around you guys and also, like, lunch at TT before practice, like,
Yeah.
certain times when we can just, like, talk and, just build those like friendships. Like I've gotten so close with like Lauren Homosillo and Caitlin Barth, and they're younger, but they're always around, and like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're just always willing to have a conversation, and I love to talk with them and love to like build that like relationship and just overall fun times and good times just being with this team. I feel like especially this year, I was
Yeah.
gonna actually just touch on just like this year was the closest I feel like we've ever been, and that
Yes.
that is really, really fun. But yeah.
Yeah. No, that's been great. And I feel like, yeah, this team like wants to get to keep knowing each other better.
Yeah,
Like last year, or like even especially our freshman year. I mean, we talked as like a freshman class,
right.
but like we didn't really interact with other
Yeah, the other
classes.
classes were
But
just
now like we'll all sit down and we'll have like deep conversations with like
yeah.
the freshmen, the sophomores, and like everyone's just really understands each
Yeah.
other and is really close. And I think that's so special.
I feel like we all feel like the same age, whereas in the past it was like if you like the seniors really did feel like seniors, or
Mm-hmm.
like I just feel so much closer with this entire team. But um, yeah, it's not like we like the past years we didn't like each other, but I just feel like so
Yeah.
close with this team.
Yes.
Like no need to bash on the other teams, but just like it's just a different feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
For sure. And I feel like, I don't know, do you think it's part of like because it's our last year, we're trying to
Oh
embrace it
yeah.
more? Like,
Maybe.
or do you think like, I honestly, no, I do think that we are actually closer, but I
But
feel
that
like
is
I'm
a
also
good
like
point.
cherishing everything so
Yeah,
much
that
more.
is a good point because I definitely, like, try to even just, like, go in, like, bird's eye view of, like, life right now, just
Yeah.
take it in
Hmm.
because that's what people tell you to do, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "'Kay, well, I guess I'll like, let me just do it so that if this is what people tell me to do, like, I just need to do it," especially, even at meets, like, I try to just, like, look around more,
Hmm.
and whereas freshman year, I feel like I was just so,
Just like,
so zoned in, like, in
yes.
my own little bubble that, like, I didn't even realize what was going on around me, but and I was also, like, so I don't know, I was so much more, like, yeah, just nervous and, like, felt small versus,
Yes.
like, now it's I just feel like I can take it in and also, like, relax and see things, like, now that I am trying to take it in, and this is
Yeah.
my last year.
I know. I really wish I did that more
I know.
up until this year because I'm like, I really wonder what it looked like if I did try and take it in
Yeah.
freshman year, but I was just so like
No, I
trying to
was
figure
I
everything
was
out,
scared.
confused, scared.
Very confused. I did not know what was going on.
Yes. Like even now, the last few meets, like I'll be getting ready for the event, and like as I'm
Mhm.
chalking up or as I'm getting ready for beam, like I look over at the team and they're all like holding hands together. I'm just like, this is so
So
cute because
cute.
I never like look around. I'm more just like focused on the event I'm doing, but it's like,
Yeah.
or even like before floor, I'm like putting chalk on my feet, but I'm like watching the team and everyone's just like,
Right.
it's just
Yeah.
so cute.
Yeah, it is cute. Heather asked me, she was like, "When do you think like it'll hit you or has it hit you yet that you're a senior or that you're like about to be done with gymnastics? Just done
Hmm.
with gymnastics in
Yeah.
general, because that's a whole nother thing. Like you're just packing up your sport and like not gymnastics is not a lifelong sport, not
No,
one
no, no.
bit. So I was like, I don't know. That was just like an interesting question for me, but
Do you think it's hit you? Because I still feel like I haven't.
I know. I don't think I told her, I was like, I don't know. I really don't think that it has yet. I told her that once, like, we don't have practice, like, the next
That's
week, like,
true.
or once we don't have to put on a Leo again. I don't know,
Then
like,
it's gonna
that
be
is gonna be
weird.
interesting and weird, but I'm, like, excited to step into the next,
Hmm.
um, part of my life because I know that there's ways to, like, definitely be sad about, like, leaving your sport, but I don't know. It's also exciting at the same time,
Yes,
which is a different
definitely.
perspective.
It is different, and it's just like I don't know, other sports like football or soccer, for
Mhm.
example, you miss it, you can go throw the ball or kick the ball, but gymnastics, you can't just like go play bars.
No, you
Like you can't just
can't.
chuck a bar routine anywhere.
That would hurt.
So like that's what's kind of sad
Yeah,
about it
you
because like
can't
you're never gonna be able to like actually do it
just go back into
because
it
like
when you
you
want.
yeah you can't just
That's so true.
do it. You can't just find a gymnastics facility like that either.
Yeah.
Like you can't just go in the
I feel
field and
like
kick a ball.
yeah. I feel like I'm gonna miss, like, what it feels like to, like, stretch, like, and, like, be, like feel strong
Hmm.
because when you like after preseason when we're starting routines and stuff, and you are like you do feel strong. It's like I don't know, you don't get that feeling with just like working out or I don't know, maybe you can. Maybe
Maybe.
I've never
We'll
tried.
see.
It's been 22 years. I've only done this. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But no, probably there is ways, but it's just like different. It's a different feeling. And gymnastic strength is so different than anything else you need. Like we can climb a rope with no legs, and what is that useful for?
That's true.
Like we can't our
Like all the
hand-eye
cast of handstands on the bar.
yeah.
Like,
And then we go try to play volleyball, and our coordination is negative.
yeah.
Or like
Literally.
playing to play pickleball in the summer. I tried that last year. I'm no good.
No,
So
that's
I'm gonna need to find some new things. But
Yeah, I can't do ball sports either. I have no idea how.
coordination, it's like the hand-eye, I don't know. We're so like strong in our own body and like
Mhm.
our own physical
Just like aware.
yeah, we're just
But, like,
body
if you,
aware,
like
but then you put a ball
Yeah,
and we're
then it's
like,
just
"Oh
like
my gosh." It's a mess.
Yes, for sure. I feel like, after the last meet, so, like, regionals,
Yeah.
probably, like, once the meet's done, I feel like I'm just gonna, like, be in denial and be like, "Wait, like, no way." Like, I'm
Yeah,
actually
I
done.
mean, no way. That is crazy. Yeah, I probably will.
'Cause that's gonna be weird. Because even at senior night, I was like, "Oh, like, we still have a couple more meets." Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
it
done
didn't
yet.
feel
Like,
like
I'm just like, "Okay."
yeah,
So,
yeah,
I don't know, it's gonna be really interesting to see how that
yeah,
goes.
yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy, but it's, like, hard to put into words. You don't know. Like, I
Mhm.
don't know how I'm gonna feel, but
We'll
we'll
see.
see.
But we'll all be in it together.
Yeah, we will. There's a
All
lot of
8
us.
of us.
Yeah, there's a lot of us, so at least that.
Yep. All right. Well, that's the end of the first segment. We'll be back right after the break. You're listening to Beyond the Routine with Emma Spence and Emma Simpson.
John Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays. Games of bowling, shoe rental, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Back to Beyond the Routine with Spence on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Emma Spence.
Welcome back to Beyond the Routine. I'm your host, Emma Spence, and my special guest here tonight is my teammate, Emma Simpson.
Hi.
So we just talked a little bit going back on our career here. I kind of want to continue that. What do you think are some things that you wish that you knew as a freshman coming in that you didn't know?
Oh, that's a good question.
I feel like that's always a fun one.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. I don't know. How would you answer that?
I feel like, I don't know. I was just like unaware. And I feel like I wish I knew like the time management, for example.
Okay.
That was something that like, I'm a pretty organized person. I feel like I schedule everything in my calendar.
Oh,
And
me
like I've
too.
kind of always been like that.
Yes.
But when I came here, it wasn't that easy.
Okay, yeah.
It was just like, you have to do this and this at this time. And like this side of campus for this. And then this side of campus for this. And this class and this meeting and practice and lunch. And just like having to figure all that out. I feel like it would have been beneficial if like someone really explained like, okay, you're going to have like all these expectations. Cause I was like, oh yeah, like I'm assuming that like I would, but like I didn't realize how much.
Yeah, no, that's true. Kind of like going off of that, I think that the scheduling thing was a big deal. Freshman year, I feel like I was just rushed. I was rushed through life. I don't even know that like what was going on. Where classes were, and then like to eat before practice. Like another thing is that I did it's interesting, but I did online school from 6th grade till I graduated high school. So I did school I did gym in the morning, and then I did school, and then I did gym again. And then my senior year, we wanted to like switch it to more of like a college, to where I was with like more of the college, like girls going into college that year. So girls that were in actual school in high school. So they would work out in the afternoon. So I just did school in the morning at home.
Yeah.
And then I ate lunch when I wanted, and then I took a nap, and then I went to practice. Like I could really control my morning and my morning routine and just everything about that. So when coming to college, I just felt like it was so rushed because my schedule was made for me versus like when I was home, especially that senior year, it was like I was very much in control of what I was doing, what time I was waking up and doing school and eating lunch. And I just felt like freshman year, you're also like piling in a bunch of random classes that go till 12:15
Yeah.
probably. And so um, we have practice at 1, and I just felt like that was so rushed, and I did not want to eat lunch right before practice.
Yeah.
And so I mean, you have a going to 12:20 right now or 12:15 right now, don't
Yeah,
you?
I do.
Yeah, that is
Yeah, it
terrible.
sucks.
I would rather, like, do 8 a.m.s than have a 12:15 and eat close to
Really?
practice.
See, I don't think I would sacrifice
You
the
would
sleep
rather
for
sleep?
that
Yeah.
because I do eat like I finish class at like 12:15, then I have to walk 10 minutes back to the stadium
Yeah.
area. Then I walk through TT, grab one of those sandwiches out of the fridge, walk
Oh,
to my
yeah.
car, drive to the gym, do the prehab with Tom, get dressed, eat my sandwich, and then practice. But I'm like done eating my sandwich. It's like 12:50.
Yeah, and
So
we
like
start at
and
1.
we start
That's
at
no
1.
good.
No, it's not good. But I just don't know if I would give up
Yeah.
sleep for that. My earliest class is 9:30
Wow,
this
okay, yeah.
semester, so it's like it's kinda early, but, like, definitely not 8 AM. I
Yeah.
did do that at one point. I didn't mind it, honestly, because I was a
Yeah.
lot more productive in the
I'm
morning.
very productive in the morning. I cannot think at night. So I would rather I have a 9:30 too. I have 9:30 and like a 10 a.m. on Tuesday,
Okay.
Thursday, and I get up at like 7 and
Yeah, I don't get up at 7 by
and then I
choice.
go to like TT and then I do school for an hour or hour and a half because that's the only time I know that I'll be able
Mhm.
to think. So whether that's school or that's studying, usually it's studying because
Yeah.
I don't study well at night. I would rather
Yeah.
just take my shower after practice and like start winding down.
Mhm.
Sometimes do a little more, but I know that I can retain information way better in the morning. But anyway, yeah, that was definitely different coming into college, just that schedule change and kind of figuring it out.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, and then that's funny that, like, you're the opposite of me. I feel like I'm more productive at night. Like, I even have a
Yeah.
night class.
Oh, no. I hated my night class. I did
Yeah.
not enjoy that.
This
I
is
just would rather be in bed.
Yeah, I mean, I do hate it in the moment, but then I'm like,
Right.
"Eh, do I rather get up at 8 or just do 1 night class a week?" So I'm fine with the
Yeah.
night class, but
Yeah.
that's funny. What do you think are, like, the biggest changes on the team since freshman year? Like, within, like, either the culture, the dynamic, the
Yeah.
people?
I mean, the coaching staff is different, and it basically
It is.
was different almost every
Every
single
year.
year. So
Yeah.
that I think went along with the culture.
Mhm. That's true.
Our freshman year was definitely like that's another thing when I say like freshman year was so different than sophomore year and
Yeah.
junior year and senior year because the culture of the team was different. The culture of the coaches and the way that we were coached was different. And so I think that really did like weigh on us as a team and um so yeah, that is actually so interesting though because it really was different every single year, whether it was just in a or was it the same sophomore and junior year? But basically, like
Yeah. I think it was the same, but
assistant coaches
yeah.
even would change in and out and
Yeah.
or volunteers too. So yeah, it was lots of change. So I think that yeah.
Every year, yeah. I'm excited and just, like, happy and grateful for, like, the staff that we have now. I
Yes,
feel
me
like
too.
the dynamic is great.
Yeah.
Everyone gets along really well within the coaching staff, but also,
Yes.
like, coaching staff to athletes.
Definitely.
Um,
Yeah, I love our coaching staff right now. I wish we had them sooner.
I was gonna say, I really wish, like, we could be a part of that longer, but I'm really
Yeah.
excited to see, like, where the team goes in the next few
Definitely.
years.
Yes. I love Molly and Sam are the new ones and they are younger. So and I think that really does bring like a fun energy and fun vibe. Whereas Heather and Brian would be like kind of considered they even call themselves this too, but like the mom and dad of the group. And
Yeah.
so they're just they know it. They've been in the college gymnastics world for a very long time and they know what they're talking about, they know what they're doing, and they know how to do it
Mhm.
because it definitely is a lot more of like a technique almost to even be a head coach of a
Yeah.
gymnastics program. You have to know the rules. Brian is big on all of that and he's very knowledgeable on all of those rules and it is very helpful. Whereas Molly and Sam like are kind of just out of it and um they are just closer in age to us. So it feels like we can go to them
Mhm.
for more things and just like they're fun to be around. So, yeah.
For sure. How would you say that you've like grown since being here?
Lots of ways. I think that being uh living like without my parents, it's different. I enjoy it. I don't mind it at all. I love going home though. I really do like going home. But living away from my family is um I don't know, it's like hard, but it's good. It's good for me. I think it was good for my growth. I also um I didn't go to like high school like I said. So I think that for me to get out of my shell
Mhm.
and to go into a place where I had to make my own friends and I had to um not that my parents really, like, had anything to do with that, but just, like, they were always there for me, and I think that it on my part, just not being like, not going to public school for high school, was a big, like, growth when I came to college because, um I don't know, I just feel like I sprouted and also with sorority, I think
I
the
was gonna
sorority
say
really
that
helped
with
me
it too.
too because, like, talking, like, I feel like I can talk a lot better to, like, adults and keep a conversation easier, even if it like, I wasn't bad at it before, but it was just, like, I was definitely shyer
Mhm.
and more in my shell, of course, younger, and, I just feel like I can, like talk easier and just make a conversation out of anything because that's kind of what you have to do in recruitment. And
Oh,
so,
yeah.
like, rushing is like you literally are it's like kind of like an interview, but you like try to make a conversation and see how the person is and try to connect with them. And obviously life is not like rush, not one bit, but just like learning those communication skills
Yeah.
really helped me. And I think that communication skills also going into gymnastics as well with my team and my coaches. I was always close with my team, always close with the girls, but definitely was more shy with coaching. Like
Mhm.
I would not
Yeah.
talk to the coaches. You just
Yeah.
don't really talk unless I mean I did have like a really good coach my last few years, but in club, but like, my younger years, like, especially in elite and all that, like, you do not talk to your coach and
No.
at all. So I it's been nice to, like, kinda grow even with Heather and Brian.
Yeah.
And I said this in my senior video too, but just, like, growing along with them because they have been with us since
Mhm.
the very beginning, like,
Yeah.
freshman year, I think growing with Heather and Brian has been, like, really good for us.
Yeah, it's special and it's fun looking back of like how
Yeah.
the way that we used to communicate and like
Oh,
engage with
yeah.
the coaches then versus now. Like it's
Yeah.
so much more chill and relaxed.
Yes,
So
definitely.
that's been nice too.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot closer with them, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah. If you could give your younger self advice, what would it be?
Um, enjoy every moment. I feel like I used to just this went into like kind of being just a younger person, but I was always like blinders on, caught up in the moment, very perfectionist personality, like pretty much every gymnast. But yeah, just like enjoying it. I didn't not enjoy it, like, I wasn't trying not to, but it was just, like, harder and scarier, and I didn't want to open my eyes almost, like, I was
Yeah.
like, "I don't want to see," like, I'm just trying to get through the day and, like,
Yeah.
get through the
It
practice,
is.
get through the routine, and they say, like, "Take one step at a time," like, I was literally trying to take one step at a time and, like, get through that step, and, like, just very, like, practice mode, very, like, I don't know, just closed in, which was good for, like it's how you kind of
Yeah.
have to be for to be, like, a top athlete, but, I just feel like I would wanna, like, step back and take it in, how we said earlier, kinda that bird's eye view, I just wish I did it a little more,
Yes.
and, but I definitely just enjoy every moment, I think.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a big one. And yeah, like we mentioned before, I really wish that I
Yeah.
did that freshman year, sophomore year, just
Mhm.
fully took in the moments like we're doing right now.
Yes.
Because I'm really curious on like how the perspectives would have been different
Yeah.
and like how I felt about it would have been different, obviously. So
Yeah.
just like how I
Even
interpreted it and
yeah,
took it in.
definitely. Even, like, the performance factor, I think. If we did that, it would be, like million times better.
It's so true.
Like we were so, I don't know, just scared.
Just
young,
just scared.
not like mature enough to even like think to do that, I'd say.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was just go up there, okay, hit your routine.
Yeah, just do what you're
gotta
told.
do.
I don't
don't
know, like
fall.
we didn't even know what we were doing. Like we didn't even know barely how a college meet like
Oh,
ran.
yeah, I had no idea. My
No.
first meet, we started bars.
Yeah.
And after bars, I started getting ready for beam. And Heather's like, no, you're leading us on vault. Like, go to vault.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh my God, what's happening?
That's so funny. Yeah, no,
Anyway.
we had no idea. Little did we know.
Yeah, for sure. So, based off of that, what kind
Yeah.
of legacy do you want to leave here? Are you hoping you kind of leave here at Nebraska? That's a tough one. I was asked that one
Yeah.
last week and I had no idea how to answer it, but I thought it was
Everything
a good one.
good, of course.
Yes.
Just I feel like I don't know. I've just Nebraska in general is a place for me that felt like home, and I just feel like I would want that for others, like even if they're recruits coming in. Um, but I feel like I can like the way that we talk to each other and the team and the culture and that we've left, um, I think is so important. Like the team that we're leaving right now, in the way that we've kind of shaped it, as seniors and just as a big class, like staying, like just going through the program. I feel like we've left a good impression on what, um, the program should be and what the culture should be. Um, all 8 of us have very different personalities, and I think that does actually help with, like, the way the culture is and the way that people, whatever their personality is on the team, can come to someone, at least someone. Like,
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think that is something that's very important because I feel like freshman year, we as freshmen, like, talked, but we didn't really talk to the seniors like how we
Yeah.
said. So I feel like, yeah, just leaving a legacy of like a place that feels like home, and where it can be like family. I think it's just so important. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah.
I love that. That was really great. All right, we're heading into our last break and we'll be back. You are listening to Beyond the Routine with Emma Spence and Emma Simpson.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
I used to smoke. I thought of cigarettes as my best friend.
They were always there for me when I needed a break.
I also thought cigarettes were my best friend, and then they gave me peripheral artery disease.
I smoked and had a stroke. Actually, multiple strokes.
I smoked and have heart disease. Here's my tip. If cigarettes are your friend, you need a better friend.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, Sean.
Back to Beyond the Routine with Spence on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Emma Spence.
Welcome back to Beyond the Routine. I'm your host, Emma Spence, and my special guest here tonight is Emma Simpson, my Nebraska teammate. For this last segment, we are going to be doing a rapid fire. You don't have to answer that quick if you're not ready for it, but we'll be asking some quick questions. Are you ready?
I am.
All right. First question. If you could do any skill without having to actually learn it, what would it be?
A kip. That took way too long to learn.
Honestly, yeah.
Very basic.
That's a good one.
Way too long.
Oh, I forgot about that process.
I know. I was going to say like a Jaeger or something like crazy,
Yeah.
but I was like, honestly, a kip. Like that was hard when I was like 6.
For sure. What's your favorite event?
Bars and beam are tied, but
Really?
usually bars. I like to train bars.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If you were to describe Nebraska gymnastics using 3 words, what would they be?
Family, fun, and loving.
Those are good ones.
Yeah.
You're going to like this one.
Oh, gosh.
If you could switch places with someone on the team for a day, who would it be?
Oh, my goodness. I would say I feel like Genesis. She has such a different life than me. So I feel like she does law, she does modeling. Like it's just so different than what I do. So I just feel like I just want to see it. I want to be in her class one day because she says that she has to answer questions in class and be ready to answer for those law classes. And I just want to watch. I just want to see how that would be. That is, I don't know.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
What would you say your go-to meal after a meet is?
I love a burger. A burger
Yeah.
is good. I love any American food, and I'm not picky in general. So,
That's true.
anything really, but I do like just a good burger.
Yeah. What is your go-to hype song before a meet?
Recently I've been listening to worship music, and it's actually getting me so hyped for meets. I just feel like it puts things into a different perspective.
Mhm.
Previously I just would listen to anything upbeat. But this year it's been worship music, and I've kind of loved that.
That's true. They've been doing that in the locker room
Yeah,
lately, and I
we've
kind of like that too.
yeah, the team has kind of
Good
gotten
vibe.
into that, and yeah, it's just a different vibe, but I really enjoy it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Last question. What would you say your best memory from this season is so far?
Definitely senior night. I feel like it was just a big moment for all of us. There's 8 of us, so big moment, and a lot went into it. My parents did a lot. All of our parents did a lot to go just have that night be special for us because we were just trying to figure out a way to make it special because there's so many. of us, and I feel like they did a really good job of doing that. And we did like a little slideshow of all of us when we were young and in gymnastics, and it was really cute to see everyone when just growing up through the sport, and now we're like old and are about to
Old and
graduate.
retired.
Yes. So that was a really, really special moment. And then when the video, our senior video was playing, like looking down on our team,
Yes.
they were literally bawling. And I feel like that was just like, it was so cute. It just shows like the love. Like I keep bringing up like family and love, but it just really shows like how much they love us and how much they actually are going to miss us, which is so sad,
Mhm.
but it's really cute. And it does like, it just warms your heart how much you've like left on the program. But yeah.
That was great. All right. Well, that's a wrap of tonight's show.
Yay.
Thank you so much for joining.
Of course. Thank you.
Of course. So yeah, that's a wrap. You are listening to Beyond the Routine with Emma Spence and Emma Simpson.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet,